All right, I got a Skar Audio SVR 12-inch 2-ohm dual voice coil. Get it, girl. Get that thing. Do it. Do it, boo. Ow! And you hate Skar. Why?
Drink in my cup.
Let's pause the P-Funk. I think why people hate Skar just like they hate Kicker and all the rest of them. I'm a 53-year-old bass head. I've been doing this since the 90s. Since the old Rockford Fosgate days. JL Audio, which they killed, still kicking. Y'all remember when they had the Kicker comp with the black, red, and white K on the speaker? That was how I got my cherry busted as a bass head. 2 10s and I think it was a Ford with the flatbed. This white dude had some. I had some old flea market speakers called Thump in my 84 Savage Citation, some 12s, and he embarrassed me with 210 kickers. From that point, I became a strictly hard bass head. Now, I'm gonna say, I think the problem is folks, when folks get these subs, and like the SVR, is 1600 watts, max power, courtesy of DIY guy. And I read the comments and people that's blowing them. And it don't really matter what sub you get. Every time I see this, and I'm seeing a lot more on ScumTube, people are going for the max power. So if it's 1600 watts, max power, people are putting that on it and cranking it up, clipping it. I've had this sub 8-9 months already, and I've been banging a consistent 1000 watts to it. Right now I got a overrated Blaupunkt 3000D Class D, but I've seen a lot of people on, or quite a few people on YouTube benchmark that Blaupunkt 3000D. It's really pushing 965 at 1 ohm. So I have mine wired at 1 ohm, but then I seen a dynamic where it was doing close to 1000. Now the next amp I'm gonna get for this is the Rockville. They have a 1000D amp. I seen a benchmark on that. It was pushing 1300 dynamic power for a $100 amp. You ain't gotta have a lot of money. If you just mix and match the right stuff, okay, see I got the Skar Audio sub in the Skar Audio box. 2 cubes of internal space in that box. I always like to flip my subs inside out because you want to maximize max power all of that internal cubic feet of that box. And here I am thinking, do I really want to step up to an EVL? I wouldn't get the DDX. Okay, the DDX and the SVR, what I got is 15 millimeter of X Max. The EVL is pushing 25 of X Max. But then I hear people, now here's the other thing I realized about that EVL. That thing got more reviews on its own website, Skar's own website, and on Amazon and on eBay, out of all the rest of their subs, is that EVL. I am curious because as a basshead, we're not monogamous in our relationships to our equipment. We're not. We're all hoes. We're all basshead hoes. And even though this is pounding like a sumbitch, and I make people 2 cars ahead of me move up. I had this old lady giving me the finger. We was at the credit union. I'm getting my money out the bank. She was 2 cars ahead of me because I don't want to be scaring nobody in the suburbs. Black man pulling up behind an old white woman. She had the nerve to stick her hand out the window and give me the finger. This was a couple months ago. That same amp, that same sub. She kept sticking her hand out the window, giving me the finger. I said, lady, if you don't go and get your money, don't worry about what I'm doing back here. So I turned it up some more. So when me and my wife was out and we go out to D, she liked to go shopping afterwards. So, well, can I go to the Dollar Tree? Can you stop me by Burlington's? Oh, I want to go to Mr. Joe's. I said, you go right on ahead. I'm gonna be right out here in the parking lot, basing. I can hear you all the way in the back of the store. That's with 1 sub. Okay, 1 sub. So I'm a Skar fanboy for sure. I like Kicker as well. Sundown Audio do make good stuff, but everybody, folks, ain't got Sundown money. Everybody ain't got DC Audio money. Everybody ain't got Kicker Solo XS money. You got to go with what's best for you. Don't nobody know what you got in your trunk except for you, unless you decide to show somebody. So I wanted to get on here because I'm constantly on YouTube every day looking at bass videos and Parker the Basshead and Basshead on a Budget, all these cats, right? Andy, who is a Kicker fanboy, always talking about the Solo X's and the L7s. I've had all different kinds of L7s when they first came out. But now I'm on Skar. I like the way it hit. I like the way it pound with 1 sub in my 2016 Chevy Malibu. I am really contemplating, but I'm so satisfied with this SVR and the way it sound, how hard it hit. I'm talking about the whole left side of my brain piece on a daily basis. I can feel my eyeballs rattling in my head with this 1 sub. And this is where, hold on, let me do that. It's not all the way up, okay? Now, on my factory radio, I got the bass level halfway, but it doesn't matter what you get, folks. You have to know how to hook it up, okay? If you continue to put max power on all your stuff, I don't care what company it is. I've seen people blow Sundown Audio subs, and it ain't got. Here's another misnomer, a false narrative, or what we call what's that word? I can't think. Anyway, a conspiracy theory on big magnets. You got to have a real big donkey butt magnet to get good sound. Kicker don't have big fat dookie magnets on their subs, and I've been running Kickers for years, and I can be heard when I was running Comp VRs and Kicker Comp Rs, and I had a L7. They don't have big stupid dumb booties, but I could still be heard 2 blocks away coming. I had some cheap, back in the 90s, I had some cheap 15-inch blow punt subs and a Chevy Cavalier with the wing. Back in the day, they had the wing, the rear windows would open up and wing out. I could be heard 3 blocks coming. It's not about the sub particularly. It's all about the box and what kind of amp you got. I purposely went to Wally World and bought 2 of those orange dual, when I had in my older Malibu, those dual subs with the word dual on it, and I had them in just a regular 12-inch dual box ported enclosure that I got from the flea market. I could be heard blocks coming, okay? It ain't about the name brand, folks. It really ain't. Y'all got to get off of that. Y'all really do. It's about how you treat your subs. Back in the day, I used to blow subs because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just turned everything up and turned the volume up, peak it. And next thing you know, I'm blowing subs because, one, either I'm putting not enough power, because you can blow subs by underpowering them, or you have them wired wrong. All of this goes into effect, folks. And the older you get and the longer you stay a bass head, the more you will appreciate your subs. Because guess what? It costs money to be replacing this stuff. So once you learn how to treat your equipment and learn and just continue to do more research, okay, you'll figure out how to treat your subs. Any sub can be blown, okay? Any sub, it don't matter. If you treat it wrong, if you abuse it, it will blow, okay? So this is a video for the Skar audio haters. And if you've been thinking about getting Skar, I'm telling you that SVR is a monster. I just did a walk around the car. Okay, it's a banger with one. Should I get two? This is me. Should I get another one? But God, this thing hitting so hard. But I really want that EVL. Well, the motor structure ain't built right. I don't care nothing about no motor structure. I don't. Again, I've had subs that had little bitty booties. Okay, nice size booties. If the sub is about 15, 20 pounds, 25 pounds, that's a good sub. Your sub ain't got to be 1,000 pounds. It take 3-4 of you jokers to put it in the car, unless you in strict competition. Ain't nobody riding around here all day like that, and you going back and forth to work and the church or whatever you do, the grocery store, laundromat. Ain't nobody finna run around here like that unless you're in a competition. All you need is one good sub, whether it's a 12 or a 15. And right now, I'm so satisfied with this SVR and how hard it hit. I really piss people off at the red light. They be looking at me like, I know you want to say it, but you can't say it, okay? And I'm going to turn up the volume. I love to ride home, okay? Especially when we get to the red light. I just got to watch out for the popo. Because the popo being marked cars, that unmarked cars, you can't tell that's the police. Especially in these big black Suburbans that they're riding around in now. That's my only issue. But for real, this SVR is a banger, okay? If you're thinking about getting Skar, forget about the haters, folks. Forget about them. I'm telling you one, you listening to one, 53 years old. I've been doing this a long time. You understand me? Since first year out of high school. I had an 84 Citation with a hatchback. Had a few subs in that car. It ain't about name brand. It ain't about the price. As far as the sub has to be $500-600, you a fool. Ain't nobody got that kind of money in this economy. Okay, that SVR is $144, $150, and to me, I would not get the DDX because the DDX is the same X-Max 15 millimeters directly on Skar's website. If I was to upgrade, it would be the EVL. Okay, it is the most purchased sub out of all the Skar's subs that they do have, okay? But don't get it twisted. I do like all the rest of the other brands. I'm just not about to give them jokers a mortgage for a sub. I'm not getting ready to do that, folks. Not getting ready to do that. My price point is anywhere between $100 to $200 for a sub. And I can put that boy in a good box and a good amp, and I'm pissing people off on a daily basis. So, Skar Audio for the win. SVR 12 dual 2-ohm. Reason why I said if you're going to get a single, get a dual 2-ohm. If you get two, get a dual 4-ohm, so you can wire both of them down to 1-ohm load on your amp. But if you only run a 1, get you a good amp, a good 1,000 to 1,200 watts, clean power, wire it down and wire it parallel down to itself from 2 ohms to 1 ohm. Run that off your amp and you'll be good, folks. You won't blow nothing. Only thing you'll have to do is rerun your big threes, ground your amp out real good, shine the metal off, okay? Redo your alternator wires and your positives, and you good. You don't have to hack, because that's the other thing. If you're getting into these big subs, then that means you need a whole bunch of power. You got to totally redo everything. Now, my next move under the hood is going to go from factory 130 amp alternator to a 250 amp alternator. I'll be good. After that, we sweet. Skar Audio for the win. Toodles.